Oh, we're rolling right now?
We're rolling right now.
I'm glad I didn't say what I was about to, so never mind.
Yeah.
Sweet. So welcome to another episode of DJK GameTime. Danny has perverted mine. We got a lot to talk about today. It's been a busy week, fellers.
I can't even, like, we're doing a video call right now. I can't even look at you when you're, like, doing
No,
that
I know.
voice.
That's why I went. That's why I turned off my camera earlier. I was like, I can't watch Jeff while he does the Tool voice.
No, I can't.
Then it just makes it so much worse. The
It's
fact
so
that you just started
painful.
air humping his computer a second ago. I'm about done with this.
He's, like, super excited right now.
We've decided to enter into the world of the 20th century. We're not quite in the 21st century here yet, but we're getting there. New episode. Lots to talk about today. I posted on the Facebook. If you don't follow the Facebook, you're an asshole. But I'm going to eat my words. The PlayStation does not look like a toilet seat anymore.
The Facebook. You sound like such an old man.
Well,
I have no comment. It was never going to look like that
drop
anyway.
Well, yeah, no, we knew that it wasn't going to look like that. It's just the concept design. Like, I'm surprised they posted that, a toilet seat.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I mean,
no, it looks really good though. It looks nice and sleek. It's definitely.
I mean, I'm looking at this with an engineer's eyes. I'm like, why? I have things sticking out this way, that way. The controller looks badass. I'll give them that much. But I'm looking at the image, looking at straight at the PlayStation. It just looks like a art piece that's just gonna sit in my apartment or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, their controllers, they've been trying to update them because they won't ever give up that DualShock. But, I mean, it just is what it is.
I mean, the controller looks awesome. I still don't like the controller because I like the thumb placement of the Xbox controller. That just feels natural. Other than that, though, like, the controller looks badass. Console looks like a weird art piece. That's all I got. Like, this is the next gen. We're building physical art, not powerhouses. I just need a box that runs my games pretty well. That's pretty sleek.
Oh, I have a really good product for you. It's called the Xbox.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Jesus. Insert everybody screaming about PC Master Race, but both are good. Both have their advantages, disadvantages. So I like it. But yeah, I think I'll stick with Xbox for their exclusives. But I didn't have a chance to look through everything that came out today. But you said there were a lot of games for the PlayStation.
Horizon Zero Dawn's getting a second game. It's Horizon
Into the West, I think it's called.
No, Forbidden West.
Forbidden West.
Thank you, Caleb. Yeah, it's Forbidden West. It's going to take place in North America, mostly the U.S. In the trailer, they showed the Golden Gate Bridge, Chinatown somewhere. Not quite sure where. No, I think it's... I'm really upset that I can't play Horizon Zero Dawn ever. Because I can't justify spending the amount of money on a PlayStation just to play the one game. There's a few games that we're going to get into that PlayStation showed that I would like to play.
Yeah.
But the Horizon series, God of War, they didn't show anything for God of War on the new system since they just released the last one last year. Yeah, it was recent. I think it was last year. But there's going to be a new Spider-Man game coming out where you play as Miles Morales.
I saw the trailer for that game. The graphics on that looks fucking insane.
That is one thing I will give to PlayStation's internal game team. They invest so much money into their character modeling. I would say probably more than the internal Xbox team.
Which is, I mean, yeah, PlayStation has been known to have like the top tier graphics and like attention to detail than Xbox. In my opinion, they focus more on that, but like Xbox has more fun games to play with your friends. I think we've been saying this for over a year now on the podcast.
Yeah, PlayStation exclusives tend to be your single-player games, where Xbox tend to be your multiplayer games. That's pretty much kind of the split in my mind. It's not always true, but
for the most part, like especially on like a new console release, that's what they focus on.
Yeah, we talked about Halo coming out with the launch of the Xbox Series X. They're definitely going to play on the games that do really well.
They also had a couple remakes as well on their list, like not remakes, but continuations.
Okay.
Like I
didn't get to look at everything, so you'd have to fill me in.
Yeah, I pull up a list and I saw some on Instagram, like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. That's a series that's really old that I'm surprised they brought back to life.
Well, I mean, people have been wanting that for a long time.
Oh, I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that people have not wanted it, but it's just surprising. Like, I haven't heard about a Ratchet and Clank game, probably even before like the PlayStation 4 came out. I don't even know if the PlayStation 4 came out with a Ratchet and Clank game at all.
I've actually never played any of those games, but they've been around for a long time.
They are really good.
What is it like?
Well thought out games. It's like playing Zelda.
Okay.
It's just, that's the best way to describe it. It's like playing a longer version of Zelda, but in space with more cartoons. So I've played like one or two of the games, and they've been so much fun because it's just a long adventure. Like I haven't played like a long adventure game in a while because I've been playing with you guys on like Here's the Storm, Destiny, Halo, Apex Legends, of course. Like there's just not enough time in the day anymore.
Yeah, you're telling me. I'm right there with you. Jeff's back in the workforce, so he has to get up and go do things.
For now.
For now.
I'm trying to think of like whatever big games. Resident Evil Village caught my attention. They actually have like a couple horror games that are coming out for the PlayStation, which I'm kind of glad because they look really fucking awesome. I started watching the Resident Evil Village trailer, but I didn't get to finish it. But it looks like another like first person horror, like where you're walking around through a village and just trying to survive. Like you're not really fighting any zombies like the other Resident Evil games.
There's a new Oddworld game coming out on PlayStation. Why? Why not all platforms? Dude, the Oddworld games are so much fun.
Oddworld? I've never seen Oddworld before. What is that?
You never played Oddworld Munch's Odyssey?
I have not either.
No.
Jesus Christ. Fucking deprived us children.
Oh, I recognize the game.
Yeah. They're really good games. I'm looking at like all the other things that have been announced.
That's like an old ass game. Like I haven't seen that in forever. Like I'm looking at, I googled it right now. Like there's a release of 1997, 1998. The newest one was 2014. Oddworld New and Tasty. But I guess unless you're a fan, like you don't really care.
The one that came out in 2001 was my favorite one. That was Munch's Odyssey.
Munch's Odyssey.
Munch's Odyssey.
Munch's Odyssey. Interesting. Like, is that like kind of like a Ratchet and Clank type game where it's an adventure game? Like, do tell more. Like, I have no idea.
Yeah, they were definitely, the Oddworld games are definitely like linear adventure games. From what I remember, like I said, I haven't played one since 2001. But it's one of those cult classic styles where like very few people probably played it, but those that did play it really love it.
So it's kind of like a hidden fan base because it escapes my radar for like every time.
Yeah, I've heard, like, I remember hearing about that, but yeah, I never played it.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's good that they're bringing back some like old classics.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I never really had anybody that had a PlayStation, so I never really played any of that stuff.
I had a PlayStation up to PlayStation 2, then I dropped off at 3.
I had the first one, then went to Xbox and never looked back. Except for now when I have a PC. PC Master.
You know what's great about this? You have turned into that absolute tool bag that when we started this podcast that you hated. And it's just hilarious.
You become the thing that you hated, and it's...
Yeah. It just makes me laugh. Love you, buddy.
Speaking of PC, pricing specs may have leaked for the NVIDIA 3 series. They're going to be fractions of the price of the 20 series, with the 3050 starting out at a whopping $200
For a graphics card?
for the next series of graphics cards.
So $200.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well, they've
Is this like a budget?
So no, NVIDIA's been very upfront about that. The 20 series, although was, leagues ahead of the 10 series, was definitely a beta series leading into the 30s and the 40s. So just to give you an idea that if you know like what these specs are, the 3050 is going to launch with 9 transistor bundles, 1,280 GPU cores, 20 RT cores, 80 tensor cores, a virtual RAM speed of 16 gigabits a second, 8 gigabits of actual virtual RAM, 5,112 G-flops at FP32. Some of this stuff I'm probably butchering, and people that actually know what the fuck they're talking about with this stuff are probably telling me.
So numbers are higher. Is that really what we're getting at?
Yeah, numbers are higher, but so we all know what a 2080 goes for, right? Like $8,000-9,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, what, you have a 2070, right? So do I.
I have a 2070 Super from last year.
Yeah, well, you and I think about the same pre-build.
Yeah, but the 2070, not the 2070, the 3070, when it launches this fall, is going to be around $550, which is pretty damn cheap.
Yeah,
and the 3080, they're guessing is going to drop around $800, which is again astronomically cheaper than what you can get a 2080 for right now, for 45% more computing power. I'll take your blank stares as not understanding what the fuck I'm talking about.
It's about the
I was just
consoles.
looking at prices. That's all I wanted to do, because the RTX 2080 Ti is $1,000.
That's insane.
Now, they didn't release any information on if they're going to do a 3080 Ti, so that price could go up. What they may do is they may do just an entire separate line of like 3090, which is going to be in that Ti range of $1,500.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, that's really just the best part about all this. This 2070 is going to knock the socks off of basically any game for like the next 3 to 4 years, and then you just upgrade from there.
Well, the big thing with doing these upgrades is that they're going to continue to expand on the NVIDIA RTX and all that stuff, like all the offerings. Like I talked about, I use the RTX voice, and it's noise canceling. Like I can bang on my desk right now, and you're not going to hear it. I just did it, by the way. So it's that kind of stuff that they're going to be expanding on, and as they improve the cards and everything, they can do more and more things like that and release those things to you for free. Like, no one paid for the ray tracing upgrade. No one paid for the RTX voice upgrade.
Well, I mean, at that price point.
Well, yeah, at that price point you would think, but like,
it just comes with it.
It's some of those things that they're able to do with these expanded cards.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you just keep upgrading and keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, my last PC I hung on to for like 10 years until it died, and then I basically didn't play PC for probably about a year until we started this. And I was like, all right, I guess it's time to go get a new one. And instead of building one this time, I just bought one to save myself the hassle.
Yeah, and you actually end up like saving $50 when you buy a pre-built now.
Really? I thought you would save more like buying individual.
No, just because there's so many people out there now that do pre-builts, they have all these purchasing agreements, and there's so many like third-party sellers of the cards now. Like mine isn't an actual NVIDIA founder's card; it's an MSI card.
Okay.
So.
Well, and plus, just having everything preloaded, you take it home, turn it on, and it works. I've never had any issues with my computer in the slightest. Which
I've heard of one issue, and
What?
it wasn't even with like, Mark bought a pre-built from Best Buy, and his power source was shot. But I mean, like stuff like that.
But I mean, even a power source. Number one, they should replace it. Number two, of all things, that's like, if you go buy one, that's a 5-minute, install, replace, plug and go kind of thing.
Yeah, that's not too difficult to change.
I was looking more towards like the software, because I mean, when we built these PCs back when we were fresh out of college, it was.
You had to know so much.
Yeah, you had to know a lot. Get your hacked copies of Windows, load them on, and then you had the CD key generator. I mean, that's also not kosher.
Way to, push pirating there, Danny.
Well, that's why I bought a pre-built this one. Thanks, bud.
But no, at the same time, like when we were younger and we were building PCs, like if you didn't know what you were doing when you installed a processor.
Oh, good lord. That's a lot of money down the drain. Don't touch it.
Well, not only that, but you have to know how to like line up the pins, make sure you're putting it in the right way and everything.
Oh yeah.
I remember taking classes for that. That was a bitch.
Oh man, there was one point where I can't remember what it was, but before I upgraded a little bit, all the thermal the thermal paste between the heatsink and the
in the
Jesus Christ. Yeah, the actual plate was gone, and we didn't have any more, so I strapped a bunch of fans in like cold packs, and I could play for like half an hour before it overheated and my computer would turn off. I'm sure that was really good for it.
Right? Just melt your motherboard there, Danny. No problem.
Well, I was playing with it till it died.
Yeah, I remember.
It didn't take too long.
I remember when my Xbox 360 got the red ring of death. We took it apart, took the processor out, put some thermal paste down, wrapped it up in a cloth to weld it back on there.
Yeah, didn't you wrapped it up in a towel, you turn it on for like half an hour, and then you shove it in your freezer, and that would fix it? I remember doing that during college.
I remember at one point I took mine apart, and I forgot to put I took it apart, I fixed something on there, and then I forgot to put a plastic covering on, and I found out that every time I turn it on, it would keep overheating. So I took it apart again, put it back in there, and I realized it was the vents to keep the system cool. I was like, really? And it was like the 360 had so many problems with just overheating and stuff like that.
I mean, I remember when Nathan and them figured out how. It was probably Rory that figured it out, but introduced it. They hacked theirs so where they could download games and play, and then
what is it with you tonight and fucking pirating shit?
Well, hold on a second. So it wasn't me, but they did that, and then I guess when Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 came out, and they knew it was going to be a huge game that everybody would want, they put something on the disc that checks for that firmware. And if your firmware didn't ping it to see that it was authenticated, they'd shut your Xbox down. You couldn't use it anymore. So all of them that did that got all their shit turned off permanently. So it banned all the MAC addresses and everything. So look, justice was served, Jeff.
Damn, it would ban them on the MAC address level. That's fucking intense.
Yeah. So
I mean, that
that's
wouldn't
what
stop
happening.
Nathan, but still.
Well, that was the last time Nathan. As soon as that happened, Nathan was like, "I'm never buying a console again." Okay, I'm done. He's like, "I can't pirate all this stuff."
That makes so much sense right now.
That was the last time like him and Jay and everybody had Xboxes, and then they hacked them all, and then they all got banned.
I don't know if I'll ever get away from consoles. I love them so much, especially with games like Halo and things like that. Like, and Cyberpunk.
It's just fun to kick back on the couch and dick around with your friends, man.
Yeah, and Cyberpunk's coming out. I'm gonna buy that game on console. I'm not gonna play it on PC.
Yeah, I do like single player games better on console, just because I love my big comfy chair,
Yeah.
instead of kind of being sitting upright at a desk for hours and hours.
Well, I thought you moved your Xbox with your PC at a desk, so you could
No.
sit closer to the screen. No?
No.
I thought you did.
No, I have that little. Have you never seen my little, like,
I've seen your makeshift
ghetto desk?
Yes, I've seen your
Yeah.
ghetto desk. You showed me a long time ago after we got some wings and had a couple beers. You're like, you want to come over and see it? I was like, abso-fucking-lutely.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that. That was right before either you moved or we moved. I think it was when you were going to Florida. But
yeah, it was right before I moved to Florida because we were both still in Atlanta.
yeah, man. No, that thing's still going strong. Caitlin's about done with it, but it works. I built that thing over 10 years ago. It still works perfectly. It's got a little armrest and a drink holder and everything. Come on now.
I mean, do you just need to hold out until your wife just buys you like a better one? Like I actually nicely made it, sanded down, like little rollout desk.
Well, I actually have power tools now, so I'll actually build my own eventually. But that's last on the list of things, a priority right now.
Understood.
But anyway, we're sitting here reminiscing. But yes, graphics cards are awesome. Yay!
Let's jump back to consoles. So I think. So speaking of just going with graphics, like all these trailers look fucking amazing that they release, and I think they're all gameplay trailers as well. They're not like just the cinematic trailer. Like most of these gameplay trailers, like just look goddamn amazing. And I think someone, like they said they're going to release the new Unreal Engine or they'll be making new games with the new Unreal Engine. And I saw a test of the Unreal Engine on the legacy consoles on Grand Theft Auto 5. Or I'm sorry, no, on PC. Someone applied it on there. And oh my god, it was like a night and day difference. Like someone was like riding a motorcycle through the rain. And you could see like perfect reflection off the rain. It was hard to see the road. Like you could see rain droplets individually. Like I'm excited for the next generation of graphics because I thought we were at the point where like, okay, we're only going to see like minuscule updates to graphics. Like we're at the point where things are so great and amazing, you can't really do too much more with it. But after seeing these trailers, I was like, this actually looks kind of badass now.
Yeah, what is it? The Unreal Engine 5 is going to have like 5 billion vertices per frame.
Something like that, but seeing the GTA 5 like before and after just blew my mind. I'll have to find the trailer or the video and show it to you guys.
You should find it and post it to the Facebook. That's what you should do.
I thought that was your responsibility now.
I guess. Well, if I'm working until 10:30 at night, it's probably not going to be my responsibility.
Fair
You
enough.
sounded like you was done with that job already.
Shh.
But I mean, yeah, other than that, like there's just a lot of cool stuff coming out for the PlayStation 5 on release. Or actually,
Yeah.
most of these are released. Most of these are to be announced. I'm reading right now. But they all look amazing. And there's some leaked prices. We're talking offline beforehand, but I think I said it was like what, 520 in euros is the guess and rumor that someone said they saw or data mined in the store, which means you guys said it translates to $700 US.
I think
Well,
you said it
it's
was
500
560 euros and
Yeah.
650 like,
US.
US.
If it's 520 euro, it would be 600 US.
Damn. Like, I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, that's what the last series released at.
Is it? I thought the last consoles were like $500, $600 on release. PS4.
It was 500. The Xbox One was 500 on launch.
PlayStation 4, the design for the console unveiled at June at 2013. Damn, that was a long time ago. Price at $400.
So the Xbox was $100 more.
Yeah. And in my opinion, well worth it. But it's be interesting that now that I don't know. Trying to think, like that's a pretty high price for most people. For us, it's kind of expensive, but we can pay for it. But I'm thinking of like the younger generation. That's kind of a hard sell to ask mom and dad for Christmas for a new console.
It's $700.
Yeah, not $400 or $500.
That's a bit pricey.
I mean, seriously though, like if you think about it, and I'm gonna pull out the PC Master Race bullshit. But for another $600, you get a top of the line PC.
You can't see it right now, people, but I'm rolling my eyes. Jeff can.
Yeah, and I get to see it now, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, what? It was like $1,500 for the pre-builds we got. I mean,
mine was 15, but I keep forgetting that mine was that expensive.
Well, I got a laptop, a Razer laptop, but that's only because I travel so much for work, and if I'm gone for a week at a time, I want to just be able to pack in my backpack and take it with me.
yeah, but I mean, you got to think about, for a lot of people, that extra $600 is quite a few games too.
Yeah, that's 10 games right there.
I mean, because people, there's people. Oh, well, you could build a PC for $600. Yeah, if you run games from like 3 years ago on low settings, maybe.
Yeah.
Like that argument always cracks me up, because at that point you're better off with the console.
Yeah,
exactly. It's
yeah.
Because that console will last you
It's a
for
moot point.
what, 7 years? It's been 7 years since the last consoles, so yeah, you're better off with the console.
Damn, has it really been that long?
I'm looking at it right
Yep.
now. PlayStation 4 was released in 2013. It feels like it was just a couple years ago. That's what's
Wow.
blowing my mind.
Because, like, if I really look at my pathway through that, what did the Xbox One launch at? Because I paid whatever the launch price was, because I got lucky and found one.
600.
What? I thought it was 500.
No, I'm pretty sure it's
Oh,
500.
no, 500.
500.
Yeah, I would say 600 seems a lot, but I know I bought one. And then when we did that upgrade to the Elite, that cost me $7.
just because we wanted the Elite controllers, but we got a
Yeah,
better
we wanted
deal.
the Elite controllers. So yeah, we paid, with all the trade-ins, I paid $7.
I paid like
And then
20.
I got the Xbox One X, and I think I ended up paying $150 with my trade-in. So all in all, I'm all in for $650 for 7 years. Well, $657, we'll call it.
That's not bad at all for console.
I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, yes, I have gone through 2 Elite controllers, and then I'm on the Elite 2 now. So you can add that in if you want. But talk about mouse and keyboard,
yeah.
it's right up there. So that's actually not too bad.
No, and
Nope.
yeah. So anyone who makes that 600, I can build a PC argument is just bullshit.
Well, the only thing I'll give them is Steam's free game library is massive.
Massive.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
there's good games on there.
Actually,
Yeah,
is it the
I
summer
mean,
sale?
honestly, there
Is it
is.
the summer sale coming up here soon? That's like their biggest sale where everything goes like ridiculously low prices. So we gotta keep an eye out for that.
EA is up right now doing a sale because EA put all their games on Steam.
Yeah, but who cares about EA right now?
No, I think the question is who cares about Activision right now?
Fair enough.
No, like seriously, Daniel, like you're laughing at me, but the Activision CEO is in some deep doo-doo right now.
No, I mean, I saw the whole thing about his pay and all that kind of stuff, and like, I'm only laughing because it's the biggest publishers are always going to take the most scrutiny no matter what happens. It's the same thing in any industry. You get that much market control, you're going to do what you want, and if people don't like it, then you just become the meme. And I'm not saying they're not wrong about that, because, if it looks like it and smells like it, it definitely is. But at the same time, in my mind, the first big AAA game that I've ever followed, like intently, separated from Activision, and supposedly everything we're getting now that's complete garbage, was all part of their plan, and they're about to release and they're about to release their own stuff. Hang on, they're about to release their own stuff, and I know you guys posted a bunch of videos and a bunch of stuff, so fill me in on it in just a second. But I still want to see it happen first before I'll really buy in, because it's the money that they bring to the table that oftentimes, it's the small studios that can help the big studios on the side projects that I think make them worthwhile. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like the small studios have the creative freedom and juices to make a great game. They just need the money.
It's like, you can build the multiplayer part. Here's the parts that we have. This is what has to click. Just code it for us. and that way updates come out faster, things get pushed through faster, and you can have specialized teams.
I think the biggest thing is they just need to get out of their way. Be like, here's the money, build the great game you want to build, and we'll just fund you. I think if they do that...
But the funding has got to come from somewhere, and Mr. CEO's got to make his 30, 40 million a year. So, I'm with you, though. I'm with you. I'm just playing.
No, I know. I know you're playing.
I ride both sides of it. Yeah.
No,
but go ahead, because Jeff was about to explode.
So there's going to be a lot of opinions as we go through this next season of Destiny. I'm going to keep it short because I feel like we talk way too much about Destiny. And I feel like we do it because they're always releasing new content and new things happen like every couple weeks, but I digress. There's actual stakes now. Like, I know that the story's going to be linear and like it's not Mass Effect where like my decisions, ultimately affect everything up until the last 5 minutes of the game.
Hold up on that part. So when the fuck do people get the idea that this is going to be like a story-based choose
your own adventure?
Yeah, choose your adventure, go to page 300 type of thing. Like, I don't understand that. Like, I knew this was going to be a linear story the whole entire time, and the lore kind of just left it to our imagination. The best part about that right now is some of that stuff that they've teased in the lore that some of us have been paying attention to, just you and me, Jeff, is coming to fruition. We're seeing it now in this new expansion.
Yeah.
And with some of the recent stuff.
I think this next year of Destiny is going to be probably the most exciting year of Destiny. Because we're actually getting story progression.
It's also going to be their most important one because the past two seasons, or the past season, I can't really say much about this current season of the Arrival. But the last season, I just gave up. I was like, this is not fun anymore. It's just boring.
Yeah, the one thing
and I'm going to tell you right now, from the outside, someone like me who used to be addicted as hell to this game, this is make or break. Because if this sucks still, then all faith is lost. There's no point for me to keep pumping money into this at all.
Yeah, it's going to be the same for me. Like, I'm hoping that they pull through, especially with, the story. We'll get to the story here in a second, Jeff, because I'm really excited about what they've revealed. But yeah, if they don't do something big or like to keep me coming back, besides just doing the same grinding missions just without a different skin, I'm gonna probably retire Destiny myself. And I love this game. Like, I've had so much fun with you guys playing it and doing the raids. Like, I really don't want to, but it's like
Dude, Age of Triumph was my favorite 3 months ever.
Oh my god, just doing the rotations and just getting online.
The rotations, the challenge modes. They brought everything back. Oh my
Triumphs
god.
are coming back this season too, Danny.
Well, it's not the same. It's just...
I don't know, man. I don't know why it was so good. I think it's just because we knew how to do everything, but they cranked it up to where it was hard but doable. It was rewarding to play. The drop rates were kicked through the freaking ceiling, and if you were willing to put in the time to complete the challenge, you were actually rewarded for it.
And that's what I miss.
And yeah, I'm never gonna get 1,000 voices, and I just don't care.
Yeah,
whatever. Because by the time enough people finally got it, they nerfed it into the ground, and it was like, okay, what's the point? I don't care anymore.
Well, it's the same argument with the Vex Mythic class. When I finally got it, it was nerfed to the ground, but I was still excited to get it.
Well, they did that one pretty quickly because it destroyed Crucible.
Yeah, it really is. But I miss putting in the work and then getting rewarded for it, not just here's a hand-me-out for everyone. So everyone gets a participation trophy now? The fuck?
Well, and that's the thing they've always been trying to balance. I think they should err on the side. Personally, as much as it's not who we are really as gamers, they should err on the side of casuals. Catering to streamers kills a game. That's just my personal opinion. More of my friends would play it if it didn't take 10,000 hours to get it going. But
even the big streamers have said that too. Goth has said that, Dado has said that, Glad has said that. Arguably they're the three people I pay attention to the most when it comes to Destiny content, and they all have said the same thing. The raid should be a challenge, but it shouldn't be I have to have every fucking weapon in the game to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's just damned if you do, damned if you don't. Somebody's always going to complain about it and hate on the game. So just try to do the best you can. Take everything with a grain of salt. But in the interest of not staying on this forever, Jeff, you said the other night that they're bringing back the old raids. Is that a thing?
So this is what they're doing for year 4. Take this into account too. We're going into year 4 of Destiny 2. Let that sink in for a moment.
Well, you got to think with the split from Activision, Destiny 3 was supposed to launch this fall on their little plan.
I'm going to get into that part next too, but go on, Jeff.
Go ahead.
So what they're doing is they're going to have kind of like what Disney has with the Vault, right? Like they're gonna retire old content, like old planets, old exploration zones, old content. Like when year 4 starts, they're getting rid of the Leviathan, they're getting rid of Io, Mars, and one more planet. But they're gonna, as they need it, they'll bring it back out and like push other content back. One, because with so much live content, one of the issues that they've had, so they say, is keeping up with all that content, using that content, and then the bug fixes as they release new things, they aren't able to do as big of a project because it takes so much longer to make sure everything works. So they're going to...
Yeah, that sounds fair. I don't know anything, but yeah.
So they're going to be pushing some things to the back. They're basically going to take them out of the game, but they're still going to have all like the local files at the office. And as they develop new content, develop the storyline over the years to come, they'll bring stuff back, they'll take stuff out. So not in 2020, but in 2021, the Vault of Glass is coming back.
Holy fuck.
Are they changing it, or is it going to be the same?
I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Like Luke Smith hasn't said anything. Like they said, like we're going to be bringing back the old raids.
So
they didn't say in what capacity, but they said it's happening.
So real quick, what do you guys want the old raids to be like in Destiny 2? Start with Jeff.
So it's different for each one, right? So I don't know how you bring back Crota. Because bringing back Crota, yeah, we killed Crota how many times by cheesing him? But, that was the content at the time.
Let me rephrase the question. Let's take lore out of this, because we're going to get into lore next.
Okay.
But, no lore intensive.
Gameplay-wise.
Do
you want changes to how it works?
I want both. So I know that's like a cop-out answer.
Yeah, that's stupid. No, you're done. All right, so here's my take. You're worthless. This is the same thing with any other damn thing they bring back. If you don't change anything, this is just old recycled content. This is stupid. And then if you change, stuff, oh my god, it was perfection. Why did you mess with it? There is no good answer to this question. So I understand what you are saying, but if they bring them back, they have to stay the same. Because if there's a different...
I disagree.
See, but I mean, so I guess my question is, what would you change? And I haven't really thought about it because you had only mentioned this in passing. But
yeah. So that's the thing is, I don't know what to change because I don't know where the story's going.
So you're focusing more on the story.
Okay, see, the story for me is gone when you bring back a raid that we played how many years ago?
Well, you can write it in. It doesn't have to be, Vault of Glass doesn't have to be Atheon. Scourge of the Past doesn't have to be Scorus.
Well, let's be honest. So here's a question. You always said Vault of Glass is the number one pinnacle thing of all time, Destiny-wise, yada, 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 your favorite raid, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you like about it? Why was it the best?
I think it's the best for me because I had played WoW in high school and sometimes in college, and a little bit in college, and I had done the raids, I had done the harder dungeons and all that shit. Destiny, when they dropped the Vault of Glass, was a fresh take on the raid. you know, it it was just the first thing that they did. It was the first big
Okay,
in-game
so it was
activity that
more
they
just
did.
about the nostalgia. Oh, this is the first time
I
they've
wouldn't
ever
even
done
say
this.
it's the nostalgia factor. I think it's more about it. It was pure innovation at the time.
Okay,
That's fair.
I mean, I can give you that for a first-person shooter. Yes, I can 100% give you that. So, as someone who, I mean, frankly, if I wasn't unemployed during the time this game launched, I may have honestly never bought it. But I was waiting to start my new job, so I was like, oh, hell, I'll pick this game up. For me, I still think King's Fall was better just because it was a little more diverse and more refined experience than, because like the first kind of stage with the oracles and the towers, it really is just like tower defense kind of killing. But for me, it was the relic going past and present in the same room, having to kill the oracles, to cleanse, to do the shield and shoot. It was the mechanics of that final boss fight, or actually really the boss room. I'll give you the whole boss room. That's why that raid was so good. Because, I mean, hell, the first part of it is just a hell of a lot harder public event with only 6 people. For me, it has nothing to do with the story. Is it fun to play, and is it fun to replay and do stupid things? Like when Kirk and I would 2-man Crota just
swords.
for the hell of it. Like, yeah, with swords. Like, that was fun as hell because it was a challenge and it was something fun to do. You know, I see why you would need to change it up, but everybody's going to have issues with where does that happen. Are we doing a revive tokens again? You know,
No.
It's been so long, I don't even remember how it works because there was no hard mode in any of the raids that came out now.
Were.
Was there?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't played it in so long.
They did.
I mean, I know they had the prestige mode, but then when Last Wish dropped, they did away with that.
Oh yeah, today.
Yeah, but I'm saying, how do you balance that? Because, you know, even did the prestige mode have the revive tokens, or was it dead and you're gone?
I think it's
because even the normal one had that.
I think they still had the revival tokens.
Yeah, I just know that prestige mode for Callus was ridiculous with the swapping people in and out of that realm.
Yeah.
But I guess, you know, it's just hard for me to say they should change stuff because I don't want stuff like that to go away. But I don't know. I mean, I think they should keep it as is. I think it's a new experience with all the new abilities people have. You can ramp up the enemies, maybe switch them up, but the mechanics should stay the same, in my opinion. Kirk?
Yeah, I was gonna say I want them to keep the raid, the mechanics, and all that the same. I just want the loot drops to be different. So instead of like copying out and saying like, "Ooh, if you're not gonna get the Vex Mythoclast."
Fatebringer.
Yeah. I feel like if they bring Fatebringer, if they bring
those
those guns back, they're gonna be exotics. Those things were too fucking powerful. I mean, the Black Hammer turned into an exotic. I want those.
Well, let's see. I mean, the obvious Fatebringer, Black Hammer, Gallahorn. Did anybody run anything else?
Nope.
Well, I guess Jeff ran Vision of Confluence. But that's because he has no aim and he had to have a scout rifle.
And he didn't have a Gallahorn for the longest time.
Y'all can't see what's happening in the video chat.
Jeff,
your nose has grown really long, dude. No, I mean, that gun was still super good, too, and it was elemental primary. I think that's really what broke the game, personally. But
no, yeah, I think they brought in elemental primaries too early in D1. But I wanted them to give us, like, new gear and maybe sprinkle in some legacy exotics. Not all of them, but some of them. You know? Like, make it fun, like, make it worthwhile to go back to those raids and then get those guns back. But also get, like, awesome raid armor to do the raid better. You know?
Man,
kind of like Age of Triumph.
Age of Triumph. Man, my Hunter with the Vex leg, and it was fully decked out in all that armor. Like, I want that back.
Sparkly and glowing.
That would be so fantastic.
Yeah, I hope they do something like that, at least with the armor. Like, cool-ass armor you can get from each raid that's being brought back. And I hope they do it, like, in a rotation as well. That they, 1 week's Vault of Glass, next week's Crota.
I think that was the best part. The community wasn't split on who's trying to do what. Everybody wanted to do the same thing. And, like, and I think in Datto and Goth and everybody have touched on this, but with the way the new raids work and like having to revive somebody within a certain time, there are no hero moments. And that was the best part.
Yeah.
Being the dude with the relic that flew around, blocked the Templar, and got the final shot off to complete the hard mode challenge to give everybody a chance at, the exotic Fatebringer and just stuff like that. It's gone when you put certain limitations.
Yeah,
So, I don't know. I miss those days, man.
I know. It'd be interesting to play those raids with the new abilities now. I feel like they'd be a lot easier.
Yeah.
We have so much more, but I'm fine with that. Like, I want them to bring that back because it probably, and I'm going to say this very carefully as a coder myself, it'd be somewhat easy to bring that back into a game and just make nothing changed. But other than that, should we break the lore news, Jeff? As you keep switching your camera angles.
Sorry.
Yeah, you making me nauseous.
I have to use my phone for a camera. It works, but the battery life, my dude.
So I should just buy a camera, not use your phone.
Sorry, if you can find a camera.
He spent all his money on his PC. He's poor now, Kirk. Jesus, PC Master Race, okay?
Oh my god. He spent that extra $600.
Oh my fucking god.
Just on that headset alone.
Yeah, and he got the crappy headset too, man.
I know.
What's that about?
Looks awful.
What's that about?
Anyways.
Go ahead, go on.
So sorry, Danny.
The pyramid ships are finally here.
So yeah, we're in the season of the arrival.
Yep. And everybody's favorite NPC that had about 5 seconds of screen time when she had no time to explain why she had no time to explain is back.
No, she's coming
Wait,
back
really?
in the next expansion. She's not here yet.
Well, she's on the she was in the
She's
reveal
foretold
trailer.
to come back, but she's not
She
here
was in the
yet
reveal
game.
trailer.
Damn it, Jack.
Whatever.
Fucking tool.
Bite me.
So we have Season of the Arrival, which is pretty much the Dorito ships have finally reached our system. And you know what? You know what the funniest thing, just to go off on a tangent, the funniest thing I read online on Reddit was it's called r/Destiny Fashion, and the guy labeled his Titan the Dorito Destroyer. I was like, because that makes sense for this season, because pretty much this season is you're fighting the Dorito chips all over the system. They have finally arrived. It is confirmed that Darkness, the enemy of the Traveler, and it is the recent discovery, which you'll find out within playing the first cutscenes of the game, is the pyramid ships are pretty much the same thing as the Traveler. You know, like based on what it is. You remember catching that, Jeff?
What? Sorry?
Are you not even paying attention right now? Can you quit playing with
To
your
you?
hair?
To you? No.
Oh my god.
No, he's just got to keep stroking it.
Yeah.
Yep.
He keeps playing with his long hair that he needs to get a haircut for.
Someone's got to stroke it.
Heyo?
No.
No.
Ew. Okay.
Anyways.
He didn't pick up. He's married now, so it's all over for him. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah. So pretty much they have arrived on Io. And oh shit, Jeff's fucking tangent.
Why is Io important, Kirk?
Because that's where the first planet the Traveler came to in our system.
Yep.
Objection, leading the witness.
Fucker.
But,
yeah.
So there's significance in that place and why the first Dorito ship has arrived there, and it seems we've only played like the first couple cutscenes, and I think we've played as much as you can for this week. I think more will come out next week, but it's the first ship that has arrived. We're going to have to go through, based on the trailers, we're going to have to go through the system and fight the pyramid ships and like their mini Dorito ships. I don't know how else to explain them, but my guess is that we're going to fight them off to a certain point, and some of them are going to retreat back for a little bit, but one ship's going to stay for the next expansion to come talk to us. because that's what this whole season is about. Is that the darkness is reaching out for us to talk to, and we need to respond back to it. But we're getting interrupted by Oryx's sister.
Savathun.
Savathun is being a pain in our ass and interrupting our communications with it. So the main boss for this season is kind of the Dorito ships, but it's mainly Savathun right now because we need to see what it's all about.
Yeah. They dropped a new dungeon where you enter the realm of the 9. Haven't done that yet.
It's already open to play as well.
It opened on day 1.
That was surprising.
Anybody know what you get? Anything worthwhile?
Yeah. New armor set that you can only get from the dungeon. New weapons you can only get from the dungeon. The armor set is almost reminiscent of D1. Not quite the same level of Destiny fashion, but almost there.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't looked too much into that dungeon. I mean, I've seen the playthroughs of like going through the dungeon, and it looks trippy as fuck, but also looks badass.
Yeah.
And the last one they had was really good, so that's fair.
Yeah, the only thing they have, only thing they have going for it right now are these dungeons because those are like mini raids for each season. And then besides that, Season of the Rival, which is leading up to the next expansion, which is Beyond Light.
Yeah. And with Beyond Light, we're going to get deeper into the story with the pyramid ships, and we're going to acquire, after 7 years, a 4th subclass where we use the darkness in our favor.
So yeah, they teased that there's going to be a darkness subclass, which has been teased in the lore for a long time, but we never thought would come to pass. So it's going to be interesting. We've seen like some hints of like the supers for these subclasses, and they look kind of cool, but also look kind of weird. You kind of look like you're halfway frozen.
Yeah, it's definitely something weird. Yeah, Danny.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff to cover. I think we'll probably end up doing a Destiny thing, like once all this actually drops.
Yeah, once all this actually drops. Like I said, they do this.
We can ramble on this
so much
for
content.
hours.
Yeah, they release so much content at once, and it's hard not to like dig into it.
I know these two are complaining about talking too much about it, but yeah, like Jeff said, like they dropped a ton of shit on one day, and there's just a lot to talk about.
They released the roadmap for the next 3 years.
Was that for the next 3 years?
Yeah.
Or, okay, so each season's going to be a year long?
No, so then they released this season's full expansion, like the full content expansion. They released the one for 2021, and they released the one for 2022.
Oh, so we gotta wait a whole year and a half before any of those old raids come back then?
No, so the old raids will be coming back. Probably they'll probably start like releasing them with the seasons at the beginning of 2021.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, we'll get to play those as long as we're all still alive by then.
Good lord.
Outlook not so good.
Yeah, I'm more intrigued about what's going to happen with the story and the story with the darkness, because even like the poster for this new expansion, like your guardian looks like he's just sitting there in the ice cold, just like confused as fuck, like what is my life about now? Like I've been following this whole entire way of the light, and then now I have the power of the darkness at my fingertips. So, and
yeah,
it's like Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yep. But to divert away from Destiny that I only wanted to spend 10 minutes on, we spent 30 minutes on.
Yep.
Valorant dropped this week. Full release. No, last week full release.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been out for a week now.
I wish I was better at those kind of games. I really see the value in what they're doing with Valorant. I'm just not very good at it.
I mean, they took the two biggest, like,
arena style
shooting,
games.
shooting games and put them together.
Yeah,
If you haven't played it yet, it's Counter-Strike. It is straight up Counter-Strike. The core gameplay of Counter-Strike, except the characters have Overwatch abilities. I mean, the controls are the same. Controllers crouch. Now, they do let you ADS, so huge news there for Counter-Strike people.
unless you're using a pistol.
I know in CS:GO you could, so don't correct me, but you understand what I'm saying. And crouching increases your shots. The whole thing of take your first shots at the head, then pull your mouse down and aim at their belly button because the spray pattern goes left and right at that level on the upper chest and head. It's the mechanics of Counter-Strike. When you pull out your knife, you run faster, but they all have, the abilities, the wall hacks, all the crazy stuff that you would expect. The game is a lot of fun, but honestly, it actually just made me want to go play Counter-Strike. To be quite honest.
I've never really played Counter-Strike, so I don't get that fever. Like, this is a really fun game.
Yeah.
And, like, I've seen some people play Counter-Strike just on streams and things like that, and I didn't get it until I started playing Valorant, and I was like, holy shit, like, this is actually a ton of fucking fun. And
well, it's just accuracy is everything.
Well, yeah, it's purely based on skill. It's not
That's where CS:GO is based on skill, but this is based. You kind of got to get a little lucky sometimes with your abilities. I think that's why it makes me want to go play CS:GO when I have a perfect flank and then someone hits like an arrow. Oh, never mind. They can see your entire team because somebody else died or something like that.
So I guess it's more of like skill with a combination of like situational awareness. Like how are you using your abilities against whoever else you're playing? It's like
exactly.
It's like HOTS. You have to know the other characters and also your own to be able to play against them.
Yeah, and I'm not saying anything's unfair in that game by any means. It actually seems relatively well balanced at this point. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have the aiming skills, it doesn't matter. You're going to die.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
like, I think half the time I forget to use my abilities because I'm working on my aiming skills just to be a decent team player as I'm learning these characters because there's a lot of characters and they have a lot of cool abilities.
Well, and I think that's one of the things, like, that's why I just always try to play Jet. Because that character is all about maneuverability. I want to get into a better position to be able to turn on somebody and surprise them from an angle they're not used to, like, checking as they round a corner. Because for me, I'm definitely with you, Kirk. I'm more about the aiming and the gunplay than I am about the, like, just spamming abilities and everything. So
yeah, I'm
with you.
I'm learning the gunplay first, abilities second. I think that's the way everyone should start playing this game.
I mean, full disclosure, I've only played 2 games. I went even the first game and slightly negative the second one, but we were playing with some people that had a much higher MMR, so
yeah, I've only played like 5 games, but I've been slowly getting like my sea legs under me.
I want to play that turbo mode that you talked about. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, so they have like 2 modes. One is like a really long, like back and forth capture or plant the bomb objective.
Well, it's the traditional Counter-Strike with the buy phase and first to 13. I mean, they're long games. They can last like 30, 45 minutes pretty easily.
Yeah, like you're saying that there's a buy phase, you pick your guns, and then you go from there. The mode I was playing when I was waiting for you guys or for someone to drop, yeah, it was like some turbo or like speed mode where like you don't buy your guns. You're just given one set of the guns, and everyone either has all shotguns, either have all snipers, SMGs, and all your abilities are unlocked, minus your super ability. And the matches are pretty quick. I think it goes up to like 7 instead of 13, so it's cut in half, and they go by really quickly.
Yeah, that's something that this weekend I definitely want to try and jump in on you with, because that's more fun. And for a lot of people, these kind of games are incredibly intimidating and frustrating to start playing, because if you have people that have been playing since the beta, they know the peaks, they know the corners, they know the map, they know where to look, and they're just going to kill you.
Yeah, so playing the turbo mode for any first-time players of Valorant, play the turbo mode, gives you a chance to play with each gun, and it evens the playing field a bit. And it gives you a chance to try out the abilities of each hero.
Well, and that's the problem. If you're getting destroyed in the regular game, you can't afford to buy the $1,000 heavy armor and the $2,900 assault rifle. You need like $3,900 to be base spec'd out in that game, and you
also have to buy.
If you're not getting kills or winning, well, yeah, but no, I'm talking about just simply a gun and armor to stay alive.
Yeah.
If you don't have at least that, you're just in for a rough time, and that's where that turbo motor really helps somebody who's new.
Yeah. But Jeff, in order for you to get better, you just got to keep playing first-person shooters on PC. I think we were having this conversation yesterday. With you and someone else. That's what I did.
Anthony.
I just don't mean to keep bringing it up, but I just played Destiny for like hours on end, and I just got used to it again. And Overwatch. I think Overwatch helped me the most because you have to be pretty good with your aim there with certain characters.
Yeah, but Overwatch has a lot
has
of
a better
lock-on spammy abilities.
Yeah, they have a lot more aim assist in Overwatch.
On PC, they have aim assist.
Yeah,
What?
it's a lot. It's
What?
a lot more.
Yeah, I don't know if
It's
I
a
can
lot
get behind
more.
that.
It's a lot more forgiving. Overwatch is a lot more forgiving than CS or Valorant is, even Destiny.
I don't believe that they have aim assist though.
I don't know what it is, but I don't play nearly as bad playing like Overwatch.
Well,
I mean, Overwatch, everybody doesn't have a gun that can kill you in one shot.
yeah, like you have a lot more health to play with, and you can heal yourself too.
But I mean, that's the whole reason people play on PC is because it's pure skill and there's no aim assist.
Yeah, like I don't.
I mean, hitboxes are bigger and stuff, but
Oh, speaking of aim assist, have you been seeing the issues that Call
Call
of
of
Duty?
Duty.
Oh, aimbots and stuff like that.
Fucking wall bots.
Wall bots. What is this?
It's a wall bot.
You can there are hacks that you can put into Warzone that allow you to see where people are through the walls.
PC Master Race?
It's fucking bad.
Actually, didn't Warzone just have like a new season release, and it's an 87 gig update?
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Like I'm about to just uninstall it from both my PC and console. Like I was gonna try that at some point, but I'm like each one of these updates is just gonna destroy my hard drive.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep playing Apex.
Yeah, I know. I can't get enough of Apex right now.
No, shit's fun. Shit's fun. Speaking of which, if you were one of the people that tuned in on Friday night, we actually had a really good session, so that was fun. Thanks for coming out. I think we're gonna make that a regular thing from 8 to 11 on Friday Central Time. I don't know if this episode will make it to you before we do it again, but if you just check, most Fridays we'll be there unless family issue or something comes up. But thanks everybody for coming out. But I think it's been a lot of fun playing with everybody, so thank you. Speaking of the Apex.
It's actually kind of fun just to watch the stream when sometimes I'll play something on PC and throw on your stream and watch to see what you and Hans are doing. That's actually kind of cool to do, just as a viewer.
Yeah, man. It's
like streaming's
fun.
like this big thing now or something.
Well, it's fun to play with him because he and I are in the same boat. It's just push.
Yeah.
Always going Evo Shield, so just trying to push to try to max that thing out, have some fun.
I still want to figure out if Hans's internet can handle this, is if he can stream as well, and I think you guys can combine your streams.
Yeah, we can co-stream.
It'd be nice to see both your perspectives at the same time, or watch one or the other. But that's
Yeah, I'm thinking we'll try that next time, but I know he kind of had a hard enough time keeping it together. I don't know if that'll be an option, but we'll try it. I mean, it makes sense.
No, that'd be awesome.
But yeah, it'd be fun.
We shall see. You guys will find out on Friday.
Yep. Been in about 24 hours. You got something to tool up, Jeff?
I think I'm going to start doing this since one of the companies I hate the most actually makes it pretty easy. Game Informer has all the games that are coming out throughout the year listed on their site. So at the end of each episode from now on, I think I just want to list off, some of my favorites that I'm looking at for the next 2 weeks. So basically from the 12th onwards until the 25th of June, we have Elder Scrolls Online is coming out with their next expansion. It'll be releasing on Stadia on June 16th.
Isn't that
Pokemon
like
Sword
Skyrim country?
Graymore. So it's an area that I don't think we've visited before, or it might be just a new storyline that they're introducing into the game. I don't play it anymore, but it's something that I know a lot of people do play. Pokemon Sword and Shield, the Isle of Armor. So this is actually pretty big. It's the first ever content expansion to a Pokemon game that's going to be releasing on June 17th. Burnout Paradise Remastered on the Switch will be releasing June 19th. Let's see. Last of Us Part 2 releases on June 19th. And Blair Witch on the Switch releases on June 25th. No more comment on that? Cool. Fuck you too. I'm looking at you, Danny.
Isn't it your time to tool it up?
Oh, is it tool time now?
I mean, I was gonna talk more about the games being released, but you seem to just shoot me down.
No, go ahead. What do you see in there that's piquing your interest there, Kirkles?
It's just ESO. It was funny how I started to play that game for a little while and got into it with one of my best friends, and I kind of dropped off after a while. It was a bit grindy, and every time I played with someone, there was a lot of lore in there, but you had to read it all. It wasn't all voice activated, which sucked because I love the universe of Elder Scrolls. But I'm surprised it's been going on for so long that they're keeping that game up to date and expanding it. It's blows my mind.
I mean, you really want to talk about blowing your mind? World of Warcraft's coming out with the new expansion this year. That's their 7th content expansion.
I mean, that's the game
Since
that
the game
never will
first
die.
released. Yeah, I started playing it again, so. But yeah, so tool time. So since Danny doesn't have anything to add to games being released from now until next.
Dude, I've been working, man. Come on, man.
Oh, sorry, you've been working. My name's Danny, and I've been working. Anyway,
Not even gonna address that.
Yeah, well,
Go ahead.
Thanks again for joining us for another episode of DJK GameTime. As always, do follow us on Facebook. I've been trying to do a better job of posting content as it comes out up there. Follow us on Twitter. I think, Kirk, you're handling the Twitter now. Are you? Or is that still supposed to be on me?
Oh, that's on you. I'll handle the Instagram.
God damn it.
I mean, I can post through Instagram on all the social medias. You just won't like what
Jesus
I post on
Christ.
Twitter.
We have lots of stuff. You can hear this in any show, and it's in the fucking notes. We're done. Shut up, Jeff.
No, we're not.
If you want to find
Not
our social
done.
medias, how to contact us, join our Discord, it's all in the fucking show notes.
I hate both of you.
Fucking night,
I hate
everyone.
both of you.